Hey guys, I'm Kevin with JcrOffroad. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to install our JL front door mollies. So to begin, you'll come up here behind the door handle. You'll need a small screwdriver or a little sharp point pick like this. There's a little cutout here that allows you to pop out and remove this plastic cover. And then behind there, as well as right down here, you're going to have a total of 3 Torx head screws that need to be removed. For those, you'll just grab a T30. And then down here at the very bottom of this door panel, you're going to have 2 more screws. For those, you'll need a T20 Torx. Now once you have all the screws out, the only thing holding this panel in is going to be a series of clips behind here all the way around. So ideally, you'll have a plastic pry tool, something like this, that you can get behind there and begin working those clips free. I also have an additional set of clip removal pliers. So I'm kind of using the pry tool to pull the panel out, and then these pliers to help pop each clip. And then honestly, once you get a couple of those free and you can get your hand behind here, you can kind of work your way around just like this. Get your hand as close to each clip as possible, and then apply outward pressure for these to pop. Now once you have all those clips popped, you'll go ahead and just lift up on the door panel to kind of free it from the channel that it hooks in up here by the window. And now it's still going to be attached with a couple cables as well as a wire harness behind here that need to be removed. Now for the wire harness, it's just going to have this small red thumb tab that needs to be pulled out like that. And then here in the center, you'll be able to push down and then pull these 2 apart. Out here, you're going to have 2 cables, one for the handle, one for the lock mechanism. One of those can simply pull straight out, and then you'll need to work that cable around and pick it up out of its slot here. And then on the other one connected to the handle, it's just going to have this white clip section. It's got 2 little tabs, one on each side, that need to be pressed in so that this can slide back out of the mount. And then kind of same thing, work that cable around and up out of its slot. So now that we have the door panel out of the vehicle, the next step is going to be to remove the net. For that, you're simply going to get in here, kind of pull the net out, and then just cut it. You can use a pair of snips, a sharp razor blade, or something like that, and work your way all the way around, just pulling out as you go, and that should pretty easily free this up. Now this is actually attached to and kind of looped in around a metal wire behind here. So if you're doing this right, as you're cutting and pulling on it, you're going to be removing the whole net, so you don't have to worry about little pieces being stuck down in behind there or anything like that. So once you get the net all out of the way, go ahead and clean this up, and then grab your door molly. You can lay it over the top of the panel and kind of roughly line it up where it's going to be located, and then simply mark each hole location. Now these aren't super critical at the moment. We're kind of just going to be using these for reference marks as we go to drill. So now that we have these marked out, we can go ahead and flip this over, and we'll start by finding the plastic weld that corresponds with the mark on the outside. So my first one's going to be this plastic weld here just below the clip, and then I can grab a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill back through the outside of the panel. Go ahead and get rid of any excess plastic chippings left over. Now the way I like to do this is get the top 2 holes drilled, then lay the molly back over the door panel. Go ahead and grab your 1/4 inch button head bolt. Get that started in each of those holes along with a flange nut on the back side. So now that we have the panel in place, you can actually come back and use it as a guide to drill the remaining mounting holes. Then you can just go ahead and finish installing the rest of your button head hardware, again with nuts on the inside. Then after you have all of those started by hand, you can begin tightening them up with a 5/32 hex. You may need to just hold the nut on the back side, but it should bite into the material and hold on its own. And with that in place and tight, this door panel can be reinstalled. So for that, it's just going to be the reverse of that removal process. So we'll get our cables reinstalled up here. And then down at the center, reconnect this wiring. Make sure you hear that audible click, and then push that red tab back in. Then you can hook this back on up at the top of the door in the window channel. Then with it hooked up here, you can reach behind and begin lining up each of the plastic mounting pin clips. Make sure they're all started so that you're not going to damage them, and then begin working your way around and snapping those in place. Once you have all those clicked in, you can reinstall your Torx head fasteners. Here, you want to make sure to come back and reinstall that plastic cover. So that'll do it for this door molly install. If you guys have any questions about these or any other JCR product, feel free to reach out to us. You can give us a phone call at 269-353-1184 or email us at info@jcroffroad.com.